What is Zen Buddhism? Well, Zen Buddhism can be thought of as an enlightenment, which can come from the different forms of meditations and also awareness rather than faith. The word Zen is actually taken from the word Chan, which means meditation and meditative state. This word is also a realization of Buddhist truths, which could be one of the reasons that the word Zen was added in front of Buddhism. Bodhidharma is the man who is believed to be the first Chinese teacher of Zen. He said, "Once mortals see their nature, all attachments end. Awareness isn't hidden, but you can only find it right now. It is only now. If you really want to find the way, don't hold on to anything." Buddhism was considered a religion in ancient Japan in 538, where the ruler of the Korean kingdom presented a picture of the Buddha, some scripture scrolls, and ornaments to the Japanese Emperor Kimini. However, there was a problem. Japan already had a religion. This religion was called Shinto. Shinto had a similar beliefs to Buddhism, but people were reluctant to change to another religion. So the Monobe and the Katanomi clans strongly opposed Buddhism. The more influential Soga clan favored Buddhism because they believed that it would enrich the culture of Japan. Then 40 years later, someone called Prince Regent Shotoku was appointed regent to the Emperor Suku. During his time as a regent, Prince Shotoku declared Buddhism as the official religion of Japan. In order for him to do this, he issued a 17-article constitution. This constitution emphasized the Buddhist and the Confucian principles. He also ordered the building of many Buddhist temples. The most famous of all these temples is the Horiji Temple, which is the world's oldest wooden structure. There was already a religion in Japan before Buddhism. This religion is Shinto. Shinto means the way of the gods. Shinto is described as being as old as Japan itself. The gods in Shinto are called kami, which are sacred spirits which take the form of concepts and objects which are important to the human race. These include wind, rain, mountain, trees, rivers, and fertility. There was also Christianity, which was introduced to Japan in 1549. However, Christianity was excluded about a century later, surviving only in areas around Nagasaki. Other religions include Hinduism and Islam, but they weren't really influential, only being a small minority religion. Buddhism influenced the lives of all the Japanese back then. The Buddhist temples which were built had many facilities which helped our ordinary people. Some of these facilities in these temples included hospitals, education centers, and pharmacies. Zen Buddhism also taught people different traits. Some of these include being loyal and to respect everyone and everything. Zen Buddhism also taught people to be well behaved and not to start fights. However, there was still a lot of conflict between both Buddhism and Shinto. But over time, these two religions learned to coexist with each other. Then in 1191, the Zen sect was introduced to Japan from China. This sect complicated many theories which appealed to mainly the samurai. This was because the Zen teachings mentioned that one could achieve self-enlightenment through meditation and discipline, and that the samurai were masters of discipline. Zen Buddhism is believed to have originated from the flowers sermon which was delivered by Buddha. But what Buddha did was very simple. Buddha upheld a single flower before his supporters and quietly waited for a response from them. No one responded except for one. His name was Mahakassapa, but his response was just a simple smile. This has been believed because the Buddha passed on a special insight just for him. From there, a way of Buddhism was emerging.
There are a large number of practices which are followed by Buddhists to express their devotion to Buddha. There are different ways to do this. One way is visiting Buddhist shrines and looking at Buddha images to constantly remind the person of the compassion and wisdom that Buddha symbolizes. Another practice is folding of the palms. This usually occurs while praying. This is meant to respect the three jewels of Buddhism and the Buddha. Offerings to Buddha are also used to win his blessing, to create a positive energy and remind everyone of the teachings. Water is also used to symbolize purity, clarity, and calmness. Fruit is also offered to reach ultimate enlightenment. which is the very goal of every Buddhist, and even the offering of flowers is meant to remind Buddhists that everything in the world is just temporary.